Howdy folks, this is Turtle, and welcome back to TEW 2016. Last time we booked another Nitro, and this time it's Thunder, the second week of January. After this, it's another week of the go-home week, and then sold out. So let's jump into it. We open with a 68. NWO cutting a promo once again, basically saying that the faces got the jump on them, but they'll still reign supreme in WCW. And then Flair, Benoit, and Booker T come out, not necessarily at the same time, but they'll come out, and then they want a six-man tag. Bret Hart, obviously. Well, Bret Hart could technically still wrestle, but I'm going with like the reality of Bret Hart couldn't wrestle for a while, for at least a month, because of the concussion. He's not listed as injured for some reason in his mind. I don't know why, but yeah, it gets 68. In the office of the powers that be, David Flair. He's talking to David Flair. David Flair has to defend the Cruiserweight title against the mystery opponent. It's sold out. And he has to defend the TV title tonight. David's not happy. Oklahoma. Hyping up Big Tony Johnson and Vampiro, basically talking about how the last match ended in a double count out, but they'll meet again. It's sold out in a match to be determined. And yeah, Big Tony Johnson is going to rough him up. In a terrible match, Big Tony Johnson defeated the debuting AJ Styles in 258 by pinfall with a Pearl River Plunge. So yeah, I brought in AJ Styles to be a job guy for a while. He'll move up the card naturally as I keep using him. At least that's how it's supposed to work. So yeah, get AJ Styles some exposure. Powers that be talking to Bam Bam Bigelow. Powers that be says, "You know what? Listen, you're one of my top guys, one of my top enforcers. I want you to go out there and throw out an open challenge and assert your dominance. Say, hey, I'm not messing around here." And then and that's gonna show Terry Funk and Piper and all them. So yeah, Bam Bigelow's gonna do an open challenge. In a decent match, Sid Vicious defeated the artist formerly known as Prince Iak at 622 by pinfall with a chokeslam. And yeah. Yes. Switch to a kind savage. Gimmick turn was a success. Okay, yeah, I'm turning Sid Vicious because there's a huge imbalance between heels and faces, so I'm gonna turn people over the next couple of months just to even things out, especially in the mid card, because good lord, way too many heels rather in the mid card. So yeah, Sid Vicious shaking Iaka's hand, formerly known as Prince Iaka, that is. And Bam Bam Bigelow does his open challenge, and it is Vader, the returning Vader, that answers the call. And Bigelow is freaking out because it's freaking Vader. Yeah. In a decent match, Vader defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 732 by pinfall. We had Mr. Jones distract him. Mr. Jones, also known as Vincent or Virgil. He's sort of a lackey of the powers that be, so I decided to throw him in here. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Jeff Jarrett talking about the match that's coming up later tonight, saying that they'll whip their asses. Jeff Jarrett with the whole shtick of I'm the chosen one, calling everyone a slap nuts. David Flair being interviewed by Gene Okerlund. It does not go well, as you can imagine. David Flair saying that, yeah, I'll go ahead and defend my TV title tonight, and whoever I'm facing gets sold out, you better watch out because I'm crazy. In a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Stevie Ray defeated David Flair by disqualification, so the title does not change hands. This was for the TV title, but it does not change hands. Stevie Ray with 52, David Flair with 33. He gets 42. Norman Smiley taunting Crowbar, basically saying, I could beat Crowbar in a hardcore match. I just wasn't ready at the time. I didn't have my stuff on. But this time, certainly I can beat Crowbar in a hardcore match. And then Crowbar comes out and they have a fight. Or more likely, Crowbar chases after Norman Smiley in the back. It's a good thing that there's no 24/7 rule, right, Norman? Total package. Talking about DDP and more specifically about Kimberly, and he's being asked about his actions with Kimberly, and he's a bit vague about it right now, but it's very clear that he's interested. In a decent match, the Total Package defeated La Parka in 8:42 by submission with a torture rack, just to give Lex some momentum. A 69 nice rating for Total Package. Backstage, the Revolution attacked the Filthy Animals backstage. Just continuing, I didn't have much to do this week for the tag title storyline, so I just did this. Gets 48. Ric Flair with Mike Tenay. He cuts a promo on the NWO 2000. Mostly Kevin Nash, but Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett are thrown in there. It gets 61. And the main event, a nice rating. Jeff Jarrett with a nice rating. And about that great heat and good wrestling, Booker T, Chris Benoit, and Ric Flair defeated NWO 2000. That's Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Jeff Jarrett. When Booker T defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinfall with a missile dropkick. So yeah, good overall rating here. Come on, Scott. Come on. Drunk and wasted. And then Booker T, having picked up the victory, Booker T celebrates in the ring. He pinned Jeff Jarrett in that match, who was the United States champion. That may have implications later on. Ooh. Show gets a 66. I think that's our best show so far. Still lost its popularity, but we're getting there. We're most certainly getting there. And that's the end of the episode. So like, subscribe, comment, and the like, and I'll see you next time.